Y'all don't find it weird that the president of the United States, Donald Trump, just said that this Christmas that we just had is the last Christmas that we will ever have? Y'all don't find that strange?
Folks, enjoy what may be your last Christmas.
It's the fact that he can just say that out loud and no one is raising questions on what he means by this being our last Christmas. But with the things that are going on in this world, with the fact that we have just went into a war with Iran once again to help Israel, it's always Israel. I just don't understand. The writing's on the wall on what they are trying to do. Also, there was some video where somebody asked their Alexa how many days until next Christmas, and then Alexa was just like, there won't be a next Christmas. And so it's just ironic that he's saying that there will not be a Christmas ever again. This may be our last Christmas. Is he saying that we're going to go to war? Is he saying that things are about to change dramatically for us? Is it this big spiritual thing that's going to happen? Is the world going to end in 2026? The calendar seems like it could be. I mean, if you take Bible prophecy and stuff like that, what exactly does he know that we do not know is my question. And why aren't people raising a big concern? It seems like when somebody says something out loud in plain sight, everyone tends to ignore it and laugh at it. But this should be very concerning for you guys, especially because this has been the least felt like Christmas ever in 2025. It did not feel like Christmas in so many different ways. Let's start with the weather. What is going on with the weather? You get what I'm saying? And so something's up with this guy, and y'all gotta at some point call him out. Like, cause.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. It's your bro Matazah coming back with another video. You know, we don't know what to expect coming 2026, but we know that something big is coming. You know, something major is about to get ready to take place that's going to basically shake up everything, you know, because you have this devil right here, Donald Trump, that's basically saying that most likely, you know what I'm saying, you American citizens, you know what I'm saying, you people, y'all won't have another Christmas coming next year, you know, the end of next year, you know what I'm saying? So they expecting something to happen, you know, and they basically sending out subliminal messages letting you know that something is going to happen that's going to keep you from celebrating holidays for late next year. You know, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what it's going to be? You know what I'm saying? It could be a T attack. You know, it could be a financial collapse. You know what I'm saying? It could be another, C19 event, you know, some type of virus, disease, or something like that, to the point where they have to do another shutdown. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what these devils got up their sleeve, but we know that they have a 2030 agenda, you know, where they want a new world order digital system up and running, you know what I'm saying, by that time. So they have to do a lot of things. A lot of people have to die. You know, a lot of different policies and laws have to be established, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get these things done by that goal that they have set for themselves, which I said like is 2030, which we all know. So a lot of things are going to happen between now and that time. And by that time, they want things up and running. They want you people to be chipped, you know, traced, tracked, and monitored by that time. So they want a lot of different things, you know, a lot of different goals met by that time. And like I said, they're going to do whatever it takes to meet those goals, because we know that Trump, he's basically set up by the elites to push their agenda, you know. So everything that Trump is doing, he's doing it in the favor of the elites, the ones that are above him. So this is why he's so cutthroat about these different measures that he's taking, as far as taking you people's rights away, you know what I'm saying, doing everything in the favor of those, you know, Jewish rats that's over there in the land of Israel, you know what I'm saying, doing everything in their favor and on their behalf. Is because he's controlled by them, you know? So, you know what I'm saying, with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into this article that I got, which we'll just touch on briefly, you know what I'm saying, about this statement that he made about Christmas, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So let's jump into this article real quick. But you can read the title right there. It says, Trump tells sleazebag Dems, which is Democrats, who loved Epstein, to enjoy their last Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I find so funny is that you have these right-wing, patriot Edomites, so-called white people that side with Trump and they vouch for Trump, these MAGA supporters, and they'll do anything to basically separate themselves from the Democrats. But everything that Trump is doing in the name of trying to basically punish these Democrats somehow is still affecting you Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So here you have it, just imagine you have a boat, that's full of both Republicans and Democrats. And here you have Trump that's shooting a torpedo, but he's saying that it's for the Democrats. But here on this same boat, you have both Republicans and Democrats. Like the fucking torpedo is going to destroy the Republicans and the Democrats. But here you have Trump shooting a torpedo at the boat, and then you got Republicans on that boat rooting because they think that it's only going to affect the Democrats. That's how fucking stupid these people are. You know what I'm saying? That was just a, on the spot analogy. You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense. Here you have Trump saying that he's doing all these different measures to punish the Democrats, but everything that he's doing is affecting you Republicans as well. But you're still rooting and siding with Trump just because he's say that he's for the right side, which he's not for either side. He's for the elites. He's doing their bidding. He doesn't care about either side. You know what I'm saying? It's just all a ploy to keep you people divided, but y'all are too stupid to even catch on to that. But you know what I'm saying? Let's just read this article real quick. It says, a day after he wished a Merry Christmas to radical left scum, U.S. President Donald Trump issued a seasonal message to the many sleazebags who love Jeffrey Epstein, which, this devil, he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, so you loved him as well. But it says, acknowledging that the Epstein collaborators all appear to be Democrats, he told them to have a Merry Christmas, warning it could be their last as they should be facing justice. Merry Christmas to all, including the many sleazebags who love Jeffrey Epstein, gave him bundles of money, went to his island, attended his parties, and thought he was the greatest guy on earth, which Trump, he's projecting everything that he did. This devil is really projecting everything that he did with this Jeffrey Epstein guy onto the Democrats. That's funny as hell. So this is really everything Trump did. He went to the island, he attended his parties. He gave him money, and he loved Jeffrey Epstein. And he thought he was the greatest guy. So everything he's saying about the Democrats, Trump is basically telling on him damn self. But it said attended his parties and thought he was the greatest guy on earth, only to drop him like a dog when things got too hot. Falsely claimed they had nothing to do with him, didn't know him, said he was a disgusting person, and then blamed, of course, President Donald Trump, who was actually the only one who did drop Epstein, and long before it became fashionable to do so. And Trump is a big ass fucking liar. This dude is a fucking devil. You know what I'm saying? They was molesting boys and touching on boys and little girls and all different types of shit, man. Sacrificing them because he had Jeffrey Epstein had temples on that island as well. You know what I'm saying? Right close to the ledge of a big body of water, the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So they would sacrifice these kids, and I guess they would just discard of the body off that ledge. They just throw the bodies off because it was right next to a ledge in a body of water. Those temples that they had. But it says Trump went on to compare the Epstein debacle to the Russian collusion hoax, which I'm going to skip down. I don't know what that's talking about. Look at this devil right here. Truth seekers will be tracked and silenced. They want to put an end to free speech as well. And I'm trying to see if there's any other thing that's good on this article, because they going in talking about Russia and so on and so forth. So let's see. That's probably it. Here you have some of those things that they released, which they covered a lot of it. They blacked a lot of it out. But you can see some of the pictures and things. You got Bill Clinton and shit. Which they trying to throw Bill Clinton under the bus. You have this devil right here, Fauci. I mean, not Fauci, but what's his name? Netanyahu. Americans must die for Israel, which they want to draft all of you Americans into a third world war with Russia while they sit back and enjoy their riches, which I'm going to do a video on that as well after this. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it on the article. That's all I'm going to read because it's kind of going out into some other different things, But the point is, Trump said this is going to be, he said Democrats, but really he's talking about all of you Americans. You know what I'm saying? He's basically saying this might be your last Christmas, so enjoy it. Because what's coming up in these times that's getting ready to come, hey, you might not have another holiday season coming up, because things are going to be that bad, which is basically what he's saying. So let me play another video real quick.
Press conference where he says, that's it, we're releasing everything. This is probably going to be your last Merry Christmas. That tells us a lot right there, because he knows his buddies across the aisle. He's trying to protect him. He's been trying to hold this thing back, but he can't hold it back any longer. Why? Because there's not a two-party system. There's only one party. They want you to think that of the illusion that there's Democrats and there's Republicans and they're battling for one another through laws.
Exactly. That's what I just said. They want to make it seem like, you have the right that's supposed to represent the righteous. Then you got the left that's supposed to represent everything sinful and evil, when he's not for either side. You know what I'm saying? He's for the elites. He's taking order from the elites, and he's set up to make it look like he's for the right, and he's doing everything against the left. But at the same time that he's doing everything against the left, all of you people are getting punished. Even the right wingers are getting punished with the things that he's doing, that he's saying that he's doing against the left. And all of y'all are getting wrapped up into everything that's going on, everything that he's doing. So here you have these right wingers, you know what I'm saying? They vouching for Trump. They celebrating everything that he's doing against the Democrats, but they're getting punished as well in the process. You see, that's how stupid these people are, So he said this might be your last Christmas, your last holiday season. So we'll see what's going to happen in 2026. But you know what I'm saying? Like we said, something major is going to happen. Whether that happened early 2026, later 2026, or heading into 2027, something big is coming that's going to change everything. You know what I'm saying? Let's grab this real quick. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3, and it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child. They shall not escape. You know what I'm saying? So they doing all these different measures in the with the justification of peace and safety. You know what I'm saying? All this surveillance, setting up AI tracking systems, the digital IDs, you know what I'm saying? This digital New World Order system. They're doing it all in the name of peace and safety, keeping everybody safe away from terrorists and all different types of shit like that. But it's all going to lead to destruction. It's all going to lead to oppression. It's all going to lead to people suffering even more than they already are, And it's going to lead to complete control over everything that you do. But when they shall say peace and safety, what's going to happen? Sudden destruction is going to come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So sudden destruction is coming. Like I said, something big is going to get ready to take place that's going to trap everybody, And like I said, it could be something definitely related to financials, you know what I'm saying? The collapse of the financial system or something, to the point you won't be able to buy, you won't be able to do anything, you won't be able to go get food. It's going to be utter chaos, you know what I'm saying, suddenly. Or the power grids can go out, you know what I'm saying, sudden darkness, nothing works. So either way it go, something suddenly is going to happen that's going to cause a lot of distress, chaos and destruction. And it says it's going to come upon them like a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see? So it's a big trap that's getting ready to be released on the people, And let me see something real quick. And And this is Jeremiah 51:46. And it says, unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, and a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. Because everything that we're hearing about are all rumors, but these rumors are going to manifest into reality. We're hearing about these rumors of World War III. We're hearing about these rumors of a new world order digital slave system being established. We're hearing about rumors of what Trump just said, that you probably won't even get another holiday season. So all of these are rumors, but at some point, these rumors are going to be made into a reality very soon. You see? And it says ruler against ruler. You got these different nations that are going head to head. You know what I'm saying? Basically butting heads going against each other. You know what I'm saying? Ruler against ruler, these different nations that are basically going against each other, you know? And it says, and after that, in another year shall come a rumor and violence in the land. So great violence in these different lands is coming, you know, chaos, great death, you know, and the elites of the world, they're setting all this up because we know that they have a plan on eliminating a lot of people off the face of the earth, you know, in the name of being able to preserve a small number of people that's going to be still left so that they can easily control whoever's left. But they want to cause great death to take a lot of people off the planet. And this is part of the plans as well. And that's part of the rumors as well. So, you know, the Lord is going to have to come and intervene and do something to stop this devil, because if he was to continue with his new world order and what he wants to do, he would basically, you know, create all these different extinction level events that's going to kill a lot of people off the earth. You know what I'm saying? Might create some type of virus in the lab that's easily spreads and is 95% deadly if you get it. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But he's cooking up something which is going to affect everybody, you know? So this is why the Lord has to intervene. You know what I'm saying? Got his digital slave system that he's getting ready to establish to basically get everybody locked in like animals and get them tracked like animals, you know? So the Lord is getting ready to step in and do something, you know? And the closer that this devil gets to his new world order agenda, the worse things are going to get, you know? Let's grab something else.
So in one of Trump's many unhinged Christmas posts on social media, he told us to enjoy what may be our last Christmas. I don't know if he's talking about us as a country because we're going to collapse, or if he's talking about the radical left scum, which is basically the hundreds of millions of Americans that didn't vote for him. Such a unifying message from this president.
Yep, and a collapse, like this dude said in this video, is very... the chances of that happening, which is it's gonna happen, but the chances of that happening this coming year is very likely. A financial collapse that's gonna basically send the world into chaos. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that the reserve currency is still the US dollar, you know? And a financial collapse would cause basically the world to go into chaos, you know? So that's very likely as well.
But I think what he meant to type was that this would be his last Christmas, because I'm not so sure his health is going to get him to another holiday season. So
no, he's definitely not referring to himself. He's definitely talking about you people, you know? And like I said, we are in a time where Esau, he's not even hiding who he is. We're not in a point in time where these devils are just trying to be subliminal no more. They basically are telling you outright the things that they're trying to do. And then you got people that's like, nah, he might mean something else. Nah, he might mean this. They literally telling you out their own mouth what they want for the future and what they want to do to you people. And how they want to kill a lot of you off, but people, they still want to, you know, shrug it off as if they probably didn't mean it that way when they telling you outright what they trying to do. But y'all still think this devil is playing. He's not fucking playing.
I'm genuinely waiting for the point where we stop reporting on the things that Donald Trump says and the whole vibe collectively shifts to, okay guys, so what's the plan? I want to see videos and videos and videos where I scroll and everyone's like, okay guys, so what are we going to do? That's the energy we need, because Donald Trump just posted saying that this is going to be our last Merry Christmas. Now, I don't understand why people are taking this as some kind of empty threat and saying like, oh, he's just mad at, no. He made threats last year and they all came true. So if he's saying this is going to be our...
And that's good. You know what I'm saying? We hope that this devil do something to keep you people from celebrating these pagan ass, idolatrous ass holidays anyway. Especially you Israelites. This Jake right here, he can't wait for next year to celebrate holidays. He want America to get better. This effeminate ass nigga right here. When all hell break loose, motherfuckers like this ain't gonna have a chance in hell at making it through Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because he effeminate as hell, he weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? He got the vibration of a woman on him. And he wants America to continue anyway. So the Heavenly Father is going to destroy his ass along with this place. And that's the reality of a lot of you Israelites that's out there. When things get bad, then what he's going to do? He's going to call on Jesus Christ. So the best thing that this devil can do is to take this shit away from you. You know what I'm saying? That way he push you closer to the Heavenly Father to rely on him. But y'all Jakes, y'all gonna rely on Esau. And that's gonna be your downfall.
Last Merry Christmas, we need to get up and do something now.
You got Jakes all around the world suffering. And everybody ultimately, they just tired of America. They just tired of the way that this world is being ran. You know what I'm saying? People getting let go from their jobs. You got people complaining about that because they getting fired left and right, getting let go. And then you have people that all they do is work. They can't do nothing else. They don't have no downtime to do anything else. All they doing is work. And they don't get to spend time with their families and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They got kids and they kids spend all day in front of the TV watching bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't got no time to go out and do things with their children and raise them correctly because they ain't got time to do nothing. The only thing they got time to do is let the TV raise their children, and then they grow up all fucked up because they wasn't there to be able to raise their children the right way because they don't have time because all they have to do is work. So it's a fucked up system all the way around. You know what I'm saying? And people are tired of it.
I think I speak for everyone when I say we're done with this corporate game. And it's not just corporate. It's just this completely dog shit of a world that we live in. And I used to say just the United States, but it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I go to work to pay bills and I don't get to live. That means I'm living for free. Because if I don't have money to do things, that means I'm living for free. So for all you people that keep saying work hard or get another job, or you keep saying, well, what else are you gonna do? Fuck you. Huh? For everyone that just keeps getting in comment sections when content creators are trying to say we all need to stop, and you guys say, well, they're gonna come get our shit, or they're gonna repossess our cars, or if you don't pay insurance, you're gonna go to jail. You stupid fuck. We're already in jail. This is a digital fucking prison. They want to switch.
Yeah, it's a digital prison, but this digital prison is going to get a lot more intense. It's going to get a lot more intricate. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get a lot more severe. So wait until the digital IDs come. Wait until, the only way you can get online is to, link your digital ID to your actual self, and wait until people speak out against the government with these digital IDs linked to them, and these ICE and all these other different agencies come to your door trying to arrest you and deport you because you said something online. Just wait until it get to that point, and that's where it's getting ready to come in 2026. Things are about to get a lot more severe. Speaking out against Israel and things like that, street preachings, and even the Bible, even the actual scriptures, the Bible is about to be labeled hate speech. So this is where it's getting ready to come. So he's talking about this digital slave system that we in right now, but wait, it's about to get a lot more intense.
Switch all money to digital currency. Electric cars where they can turn off whenever the fuck they want. They get to control all of that. Computers are the fucking problem.
Why do you think they're trying to do AI? I go to work and I have a person no better than me that gets to tell me when I have a job. No matter how good of a job I do, no matter what time I show up, no matter how many non-write-ups I get, no matter how great of an employee I am, you get a physical human that can be unalived in a split second gets to tell me when I have a job, when my car gets repossessed, when I'm homeless. A person gets to decide that. When the fuck are we gonna wake the fuck up? I'm literally asking, when the fuck are we all just gonna say we're done with everything? They're not going to come and get our shit, you stupid fuckers. Do you know why they're not gonna come get our shit? Because the CEO of banks they're not going to come to your house and take your shit, you dumb fuck.
You know, and it's going to get to a point where all these people, they're going to stand up and do something, because something is going to happen to the point where these people are going to get fed up. You know, and this is where you get Second Ezra's, where it talks about one people shall stand up against another with swords in their hands. And so that's talking about race riots. It's talking about, you know, uprisings. That's talking about, protests and, you know, just a whole bunch of different shit, riots and all of that. It's talking about people just basically taking to the streets and trying to get their hands on these people that are in power, these politicians and, you know, these people that have authority, you know?
The 9-to-5 workers are. So as long as the 9-to-5 workers are on board, no one's coming to get your shit. Are you... The stupidity of people blows my fucking mind. You get in comment sections and you want to tell us what they're gonna do. Who the fuck is they? Who's they? They are us, the 92%. If you're making millions of dollars, you're not going to someone's house to take their car. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Take our insurance? You do realize Walgreens, CVS, 20 of us? Come on. 30 of us? Come on. 1 million of us? Come on. 300 million of us? Come on. Are we going to, or are we just going to continue this fucking rat race game? And content creators are just going to keep telling you guys what we should do? When the fuck are we going to get on a platform? Everyone send their emails. Send your fucking phone numbers. Let's figure out a fucking date when we're going to say we're done. Because I know you wake up miserable every fucking day. You wake up every day miserable. We all do. Let's figure it the fuck out.
You know, you people ain't gonna do nothing. You know, this is why they got you divided with the right and the left. They got you divided as far as skin color. They got you divided as far as different beliefs, as far as different religions. They got you people divided on every side. So they strategically set all this up so that you couldn't come together and realize who are the ones that's really affecting you and making your life miserable, which is the elites. You know? So this is why your life is miserable, ultimately because the Heavenly Father is getting ready to take this man out of power, which by this man, I'm talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man. His kingdom is going down the toilet, and ultimately, who you people ignorantly call Jesus, which his name is Yahweh Shah, he's getting ready to come back and rule on the earth with his people ruling underneath him, which are the Israelites. So this current rulership is getting ready to fade away. This is why the scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the end of the world meaning the end of an age. So this age is getting ready to come to an end, and the one that's going to follow is Jacob, which is the rulership of the Israelites. You know? So let's grab one more thing real quick. This is Job 20 and 22. And it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. So while this devil is trying to establish this new world order system, he's going to be in straits. He's going to have a difficult time trying to set it up, you know, because a lot of different things are going to be happening, which is going to cause great difficulty when trying to set up his new world order system. And it says, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, which wicked in this scripture is talking about a mall. The word wicked right there goes into amal, which means it says amal, toiling, concretely, a laborer, figuratively, sorrowful that laboreth, that is a misery, because these people are miserable. You know, these people are miserable out here. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about the laborer, the working class citizen. They are miserable. Like he said in that video, at the end of that video, they miserable, they tired. You know what I'm saying? All they do is work. So that's who is going to put their hands on the elites. You know, these puppets that the elites control, the working class citizens, they're going to go out and physically do harm to these people that are in authority, that these elites set up, like these mayors, these governors, hell, even the president, you know, these different political figures, you know, these working class people, like that CEO of that health insurance place. You had that whole thing, Luigi, where he basically put that sword, that gun to that CEO and killed his ass. And what the general public, the general people, working class people, what they do, they celebrate it. So that's what they want to see more of. You know, they want to see more of these people that's in authority getting laid out for all the wickedness that they do because of their position. You know, when you go down here, it says laborer, sufferer, wretched one, laborer, workman. So it's talking about the working class citizen. So the working class citizen is going to lay their hands upon the ones that are in power. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are in authority. So, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. Just a quick lesson through the spirit. So I'm going to go ahead and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.